Hello, Paul Robinson from bushcraftcanada.com. Okay, I'm going to do a quick video here just comparing and contrasting the Hults Bruks Ekelund with the Hults Bruks Abbey. And we get a lot of emails from customers asking what the difference is between the two, you know, which is the best all-purpose axe, what can one do and the other one can't, and this kind of thing. So I thought I'd do a quick video and really comparing the heads specifically, profiles and cuts and different things like that, just to try and give you a bit more information if you come to choose between these two very fine axes. So I'll just talk about the Abbey first. Very interesting axe, the Abbey. Came out a couple of years ago. And you can see from this head shape here, this is based on a carpenter's axe. And of course carpenters want several things actually that bushcrafters want as well. But carpenters want controllability and they want predictability. They want a very predictable cut and they want a precise cut as well. And carpenters' axe heads are designed to give you that. So head weight 1.5 pounds, very controllable head. You can choke up on this, it gives you again lots of control. And a carpenter's axe has this wide cutting face and typically a very straight cut, and that's what gives that predictability of cut. Also, you can see from here, I'll just quickly show you that, very narrow profile. This is definitely a cutting axe. Will split a bit, all these axes have a wedge, overall wedge shape, but this is not going to be a great splitting axe. Now they've modified the cutting edge a bit. So if you looked at a carpenter's axe, it would essentially be a straight line, a straight cutting edge, but they've put a bit of a bite on this curve, this bite here, and that's to because this is a bit of a hybrid between you get the control of the carpenter's axe, but you get this little bit more bite of an all-purpose axe, and I'll show you that in the Ekelund in a minute. So this axe is particularly good at the sort of craft work. Would make a very good carpenter's axe, very controllable, great at those kind of bushcraft type activities. Great cutting head, but it's not going to be a great splitter. So for the sort of firewood processing, it would do the job at a pinch, but that's not really what it's good at. It's really good as a craft axe, and like I say, for that a lot of the bushcraft type activities, the qualities that they've taken from a carpenter's axe and put into this one make it very controllable, like I say, very predictable. So a very good axe, very good all-purpose axe, but probably its weak point is the firewood processing, particularly splitting. But a very nice elegant axe, very well balanced. So that's the Abbey. Now if you take a look at the Ekelund, now the Ekelund is this is the same axe. It's gone through lots of different variations and names and all kinds of things, but the head has stayed the same. This is a true, well, I'm going to say it's a general purpose head, and I'll talk about that in a second, but it is also a cutting head, just bear that in mind. So you can see, so it's a heavier head, 2 pounds. That is an advantage when it comes to those, giving it more inertia. So when you come to sort of cutting and splitting, that has a slight advantage, although of course the disadvantage is you have to carry the extra weight. You can still choke up, lots of control on this, probably not quite as much as on the Abbey, but still, pretty good. And then you can see you've got a true sort of curving bite here. So the idea of that bite, that curve, that sort of scimitar type curve, is basically to give you the maximum bite into wood, to get through as much wood as you possibly can. So a controllable axe, and if you look at the profile here, not too far off the Abbey, and this is definitely a cutting axe. So you can still use this all those kind of bushcraft type activities. It's still controllable, still predictable, and it is a true cutting axe, so very good at that. But it will split a little bit better. It's a little bit wider profile, it's a little bit heavier head. It's going to be a little bit better at that firewood processing. It's still a very portable axe, very compact, great axe to carry, and my feeling is this is why this has been such a successful axe, because it is a genuinely good all-purpose axe that does, that is good at everything. Now the Abbey is probably better when it comes to the craft type, bushcraft type activities, but not, like I said, not a great splitter. The Ekelund is probably more of a true all-purpose axe. It will do those craft type activities, and it will split and do a bit more of the firewood processing. So I think that's the, if you were deciding You know, if you think about an axe and what you want to do with it, you want a true all-purpose axe. It's still portable. You know, the Ekelund is definitely worth thinking about. You know, it really is outstanding axe. The design hasn't changed for a very long time. You know, because they got it right and it works. If you're someone who wants, you know, to do more of those bushcraft type craft activities, the Abbey is the obvious choice. And at a pinch, it will do the firewood processing, although, you know, probably not quite as well. But two very fine, elegant axes, you know, high carbon Swedish steel, hand forged, outstanding quality. So I hope that's given you a bit more insight into them. You can get all the dimensions information on our website, bushcraftcanada.com, if you want to see the axes there, or as always with any of the products I show in the videos, if you need more information, you can just email me, paul@bushcraftcanada.com.